So now that I have searched Google, I've found all of the images I'm going to need. I've put them in my folder, in my kitten project folder. So I'm organized, I know what I need, I have kind of an idea in my head. I'm ready to get started by setting up an Illustrator document to manipulate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Adobe Illustrator. To do this, you can click on the AI icon at the bottom of your toolbar, or if it's for some reason not there, that means someone moved the shortcut, you can go into the Launchpad and click on it here. It actually doesn't matter which way you open it. And when you open something on a Mac, it's going to hop up and down like it's really excited to help you. So we know that the program is launching. You can see when the program opens, it's a little bit strange because you can still see your desktop, but there's kind of a toolbar over here. There's a toolbar at the top, and then there's some different windows over here. So I've opened the program, but I haven't actually been able to start yet because I need to tell the program some more information. So how I do that to set up my document is I'm going to go File, New. Now when I do this, you're going to see this window pops up in the middle and it needs some information from me. So I'm going to title it History of Kittens and my name Rachel. That way when I turn it in, the person who's looking at it, which is me, will know whose project is what, since you're all doing something similar. Number of artboards means how many pages am I going to be designing. You can think about when you read the Microsoft Word article, it was a page and a half, which probably means I only need 2 pages. You could put in an extra page and then delete it if you don't use it. But the big thing with this is that Colleen wants to keep the yearbook as affordable for students as possible, and every extra page we add in that's unnecessary adds cost to the yearbook. So the fewer pages, the better. Try to do that with every single article. So I'm going to keep it at 2. Spacing is just the space between the pages. Some people may want no space if they're doing a trifold or a page that folds out on multiple pages with a picture. I like a little space just because it makes it easier for me to think about. So either way is fine. You can leave that whatever you prefer. And then this is also important. We want the pages to be a little bit smaller than 8.5 by 11, which is a standard piece of paper, because we want built-in margins. When the book gets bound, it will lose a little bit of spacing on the edges of the pages. So we really want to make sure that when we design, we only design in an area that's not going to get cut off by the binding. So you'll always change your pages to 7.5 by 10 inches. Now when you do this, it may say pixels, and you'll go, oh, I don't really know what that means. Just make sure this says inches, and that way you can make sure it's the right size. So it's 7.5 by 10, gives me a built-in margin. I don't really need to worry about the bleed. The bleed is just how much of the picture goes off into the margin. You can leave that at 0. I'm going to hit OK, and you can see my 2 pages come up. Before I do anything else, I want to make sure I save this to the right location. That way my work doesn't get lost. So I'm going to go File, Save As, make sure it's the right title, and make sure that it's in my Kitten Project folder. So that's in the right spot. The name looks right. Hit Save. I'm going to hit Replace. And this is just some data on what kind of I'm working with, and I hit OK. And now every time I go to work on this file, I know that it's going to be on the desktop in my folder, and I can just quickly go check. I'm going to go into my Rachel folder, Kitten Project, and I can make sure that it's there, right there, History of Kittens, Rachel. So anytime that we leave class and you come back to your project, you know it's going to be right there.